The 5 most powerful countries in the Middle East. Israel is very powerful, but only comes in second, so who is the real king? The Middle East is the region with the largest oil reserves in the world, not only playing an important role in politics and economics, but also in the military on a global scale. First, ranking 5th in terms of overall strength, is Saudi Arabia. This is a wealthy country, thanks to oil, and is the world's largest oil exporter. Saudi Arabia's defense spending in 2023 ranks 3rd in the world, and it is the world's largest importer of weapons, with advanced equipment such as F-15 fighter jets, Apache helicopters, and intercontinental ballistic missiles. For Saudi Arabia, anything that can be solved with money is not a problem. 4th is Egypt. Egypt's economy is mainly based on tourism and oil and was once the leader of the Middle East. Egypt has played an important role in many wars in this region. Today, Egypt has tens of thousands of tanks and armored vehicles, as well as about 1,500 fighter jets. However, the country relies heavily on imports and lacks a complete defense industry. Next up, ranking 3rd, is Turkey. This is an industrialized country with its own defense industry. This is also the country outside of the United States, Russia, and China that has the ability to independently develop and build stealth fighter jets of the 5th generation. Equipment such as light aircraft carriers, drones, attack helicopters, and missiles are all produced by Turkey. However, due to a lack of energy, the country is heavily reliant on supplies from other countries. Second is Israel. A small empire in the Middle East, Israel has been involved in real warfare since its founding, but has never been defeated. The reason is that the country possesses the world's leading weapons and has an advanced industrial and economic capacity. Israel has been considered a highly developed country. However, the only thing Israel regrets is that its territory covers only 25,000 square kilometers, not enough to provide strategic depth. Finally, topping the list is Iran. This is one of the toughest countries in the world, and if they can get their hands on something, they don't need to talk much about it. Iran has become the most powerful country in the Middle East thanks to its geographical location and military capabilities. With a land area of 1,645,000 square kilometers, Iran is the world's 4th largest oil producer. In terms of the military, Iran has a strong defense industry with the ability to independently produce hypersonic missiles, ballistic missiles, fighter jets, drones, and warships. In other words, abundant resources and an independent defense industry have made Iran one of the few countries that can be independent and self-sufficient. This is also why the West can only impose economic sanctions on Iran and dare not engage in direct military confrontation with the country. It is a monster in the air, even making the US afraid. At the same time, it represents the pinnacle of aesthetic violence in Russia's military helicopter fleet. This is the attack helicopter Ka-52, nicknamed the short-nosed devil in the air. It was designed solely to destroy mechanized units of the enemy on the ground and to directly confront Apache helicopters from the US. The Ka-52, developed by the Komov Design Bureau in Russia, was commissioned in 1995. Its appearance can be said to be revolutionary. The Ka-52's rotor system is designed in a coaxial configuration, meaning the 2 rotors turn in opposite directions on the same shaft, eliminating the need for a traditional tail rotor. The benefit of this design is that it helps the engine save 30% of its power, which is usually used for the tail rotor. This significantly improves the Ka-52's overall maneuverability. Whether flying straight, backwards, or sideways, the helicopter remains very stable, even in strong winds. The Ka-52 still successfully performs its mission. Additionally, it is equipped with 2 TB3-170 VMA engines from St. Petersburg, each with an output of 2,200 horsepower and a maximum takeoff weight of 11.4 tons. The Ka-52's top speed reaches 310 km per hour, and it has a range of up to 1,300 km per refueling. Next, as Russia's main heavy attack helicopter, the Ka-52 is the first helicopter in the world to be equipped with an emergency ejection system, a breakthrough in the field of emergency rescue on helicopters. This means that in a special emergency, the pilot can activate the emergency switch, and the explosion system will destroy the helicopter's 2 rotors. Then the 2 pilots will be ejected safely. Thanks to this unique escape system, the K-52 has attracted the attention of many countries. Although the appearance of the K-52 is not considered to be beautiful, its performance and combat capabilities are among the top in the world. Therefore, although you might say it is not beautiful, you cannot deny that it is very powerful. The 5 fastest fighter jets in the world all at once. And then the first, it's hard not to be impressed. First, ranking 5th, is the F-15 fighter jet. The F-15 is the first third-generation fighter in the world, making its first flight in 1972. After 40 years of service, over 1,200 F-15s have been produced, costing up to $60 million per aircraft. The F-15's top speed reaches 2.5 Mach, and it is more maneuverable than the F-35 and also has the ability to fight in all weather conditions. The arrival of the F-15 has given the U.S. military a huge advantage in aerial warfare. Fourth is the MiG-31. A multi-role fighter from the Soviet Union, it began service in 1983 and is still operational after nearly 40 years, showing its robust strength. The MiG-31's top speed reaches 2.8 Mach, and it has the ability to fly at supersonic speeds. It is the fastest fighter jet in the world among those still operating. Third is the FB-70, a formidable aircraft nicknamed Lady in the Sky. It was a product of the arms race between the US and the Soviet Union during the Cold War. The FB-70 was equipped with 6 jet engines, each with a thrust of 14.06 tons. The Lady in the Sky's speed exceeds 3.0 Mach. However, due to numerous incidents during test flights, the FB-70 was ultimately withdrawn from service. Second is the MiG-25, NATO codename Foxbat. Commissioned in 1968, the MiG-25 was a supersonic interceptor fighter. Thanks to its stainless steel fuselage, it became the first fighter in the world to exceed 3.2 Mach. Even anti-aircraft missiles that can see it cannot lock onto it. Therefore, catching a glimpse of the MiG-25 is a very difficult feat. Finally, topping the list is the SR-71 Blackbird. The Blackbird reconnaissance aircraft was commissioned in 1966. It was a manned reconnaissance aircraft with incredible speed and altitude. It could fly at an altitude of 30,000 meters at 3.5 Mach, faster than even a missile. Hundreds of anti-aircraft missiles were launched to chase down the Blackbird, but none were successful. Beyond its sleek design and premium materials, the main reason the SR-71 can fly so fast is because of its 2 engines with a thrust of up to 300 kN, making it the fastest and highest-flying manned aircraft in the world. However, due to its high maintenance costs and fuel leak problems, the SR-71 was ultimately retired permanently in 1992.